Okay, in this video, I want to show you how to factor a trinomial when the coefficient of x squared is not equal to 1. And I'm going to show you how to do this in two ways. The first way is kind of similar to the method we already started. So we want to find two numbers, NATO A and NATO B. Now the sum of these two numbers will be the coefficient of x, so it's -5. But this time the product of these two numbers is different. Remember we said when the coefficient of x squared is 1, the product of these two numbers gonna be equal to the constant -4, right? But when the coefficient of x squared is not equal to 1, we wanted the product to be equal to the product of the coefficient of x squared and the constant. So this time the product of A and B is 6 times -4. So it's -24. So actually, when the coefficient of x squared is 1, that is a special case of this. Why? Because in that case, the constant is also equal to the constant times 1, right? Okay. So then we will need to search for these two numbers according to these two conditions. So A and B, they are product of they are factors of -24. So therefore, we start to look at all the factors of -24. So 1 and -24, the sum is not -5. So we drop this, and 2 and -12 is not -5. The sum is not -5. So 3 and -8. Okay, now this sum is -5. So we found these two numbers. Okay, now we have another change. After we found these two numbers, which are 3 and -8, in the next step, we need to split the -5x into the sum of 3x and -8x. Now you see, here we didn't change our original trinomial, because our original trinomial is a 6x squared minus 5x minus 4, and this is a 6x squared plus 3x minus 8x minus 4. If you combine these two, you still have a -5x, so you didn't change anything. But then while we're doing this, next, we get, since now we have a binomial which with the 4 terms. So, and because not every term has a greatest common factor, so we can factor these binomials using the method of grouping. I put the first two terms into one group, and then I put another two terms in the second group. Okay. In the first group, the greatest common factor is 3x, so I factor that out, and I have 2x plus 1. And if you forgot about how to factor using grouping, you may want to watch my previous videos. Okay. And in the second group, now -8x and -4, we said the greatest common factors are +4 or -4, right? And then we said if the greatest common factor is a negative number, we prefer to factor out that negative number. So we factor out -4 instead of +4. And then we have a 2x plus 1. Now we have a common binomial in our result, right? 2x plus 1. So we fact out this common binomial. And remember, after that, in the second factor, we should have two terms, right? Because originally we have two terms. This is the first term, and this is second term. So we should have 3x, right? And plus -4. We are left these two terms, right? In the second factor. So the result is 2x plus 1 times 3x minus 4.